Hello, hello, you're so welcome to day 5 of the One to Many Plan 5-day virtual retreat. And today I'm going live using StreamYard. So if you're with us on Facebook, you can click the link so that you basically give StreamYard permission to show up your name. Otherwise, if you make comments, I don't know who you are. And if you're watching live from somewhere else, well, that's amazing too. I'm going live in a few places, so you feel free to say hi below too. So if you can see me and hear me, I'd love to know, and we're going to get cracking for today. Today we're talking about your one-to-many plan for a really abundant income stream over the next 12 months. I've been speaking all week about all things one-to-many and creating your one-to-many method, which is basically using your signature program as a way of having that as a really abundant income stream, whether you're filling it up with one-on-one clients or whether you're using it for a group program. And the one-to-many method basically is having a really simple plan, a really simple roadmap to create your to fill your signature program. So, and really, whether it's one-to-one, whether it's one-to-many, most, when I'm talking about the one-to-many plan, yes, most are thinking about some kind of group program. And earlier in the week, I spoke about different types of one-to-many sort of programs, one-to-many kind of income streams you can have, and spoke about my very favorite one, which is group programs. That could be a group coaching program, could be consulting, could be some other methodology. It really doesn't matter. It's whatever work you do, and how you could use yours to create a very, very lucrative income stream. So, I'm going to be talking about really how you could create a very simple plan today. And I'm also going to be bringing on some very special guests. I have got some amazing women lined up, and they're going to be talking about their one-to-many programs, their group programs. And when you hear their stories, I know you'll be so inspired to really see what's possible for you as well, because these women probably this time last year had a very different reality to what they have now. So I'm going to be bringing them on fairly soon. But first of all, I want to just give you the basis of your plan. Like, let's just get out your vision for to many plans. So I want you first of all just to think about like this day next year. So this date, so the middle of September 2022. So if you're following along with our guidebook for the one to many retreat, well then you'll see that under day 5, you'll see it's, and put in the date, 1 year from now. And I have. So I want you to think of 1 year from now, I have. And what is it that you have? Give yourself a moment now to dream. Give yourself a moment to think about what your reality would look like if you have your one-to-many program working really well for you, and you've had such a simple way of getting dream clients for that, and that you've been rinsing and repeating it. Maybe you've spent a few months filling up your one-to-one slots and then gone into your one-to-many, and you've been, maybe like I've suggested, that it's possible for a lot of you to actually have ongoing enrollment into your program. But some of you will want a sort of a hard open a start and finish date, but some of you will be able to add people in there, and we'll be talking to a couple of our ladies about that today as well. So when you think about what you could create by this time next year, I want you to stretch it. I want you to stretch about what's possible for you, because as I mentioned earlier, that what's probable for most women in business is that only 10% will get to a 6-figure income. And that's and only 2% will get to seven figures. And that's, a six-figure income is, that can be, for some women, beyond the bounds of what they're looking for. And for some women, that's just the starting point. But whatever your plan or your vision is, it's what is possible for you, particularly with a one-to-many program, is that you can have, from one income stream, a six or even multi six figure or even seven figure income stream with it. And you don't have to have tons of different courses and programs and all sorts of different ways. Most of my clients and most of our clients in Signature Program School are doing some one-to-one alongside growing their group program, and that seems to work for an awful lot. So let me know in the comments, what is your dream for 12 months time? What is your dream for your one-to-many program, or for your business in having an income stream like this? And I want you to think about, and it's up to you whether you want to share this with us or not, but definitely think about it yourself. What kind of income do you want? What would you like your monthly income to be in 12 months' time? And know that things can change quite quickly. Yes, building an online business does take time and it does take work. But when you have the right support and you know the steps that you need to be taking, and you know the way to be getting your dream leads and to be nurturing your leads and converting them into paying clients, then I want you to stretch what is possible for you and share it with us. I'd love that. You can decide. Whether or not you want to share the income about it, but like, how many clients would you like to be working with? What would you like the price to be? What would you like the price to be for? Let's say you've got a 6-month group program. Would you like the price to be 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, 15,000? And how many would you like in there? And knowing that you can absolutely stretch that, and give yourself a little bit of a stretch goal and see how that feels. It's okay if it feels a bit freaky. It is absolutely fine. So I'd love one of the comments here. I would love to have a group program full of driven young women with constant enrollment. Yes. And the freedom with ongoing enrollment, we do that in Signature Program School, is amazing, because it really takes the pressure off. And we teach in there, we teach you how to get clients in between your actual sort of little launches with your signature workshop. So it's I absolutely love those. So keep those coming, and I'll keep an eye out for them. When it comes to actually how you do it, it's what we have been speaking about. Like, it's so important just to actually know what you want before you get stuck into like, well, how would that happen? But the way it can happen can be really, really simple. That each month, or maybe 6 weeks or 2 months, depending on what kind of workshop you do, whether you do something very simple and a one-off event, or whether you do maybe a 3 to 5 day event like I'm doing this week, as to how often you want to do it. And you can enroll several clients every month, and you can also enroll several clients in between your workshops, because you can learn a way to invite people to have a conversation with you and then make an offer to help them to actually get what they're looking for. So it really is a very, very simple way to do it. And I just want you to open your mind to how your plan could look for you if you were going to do a signature workshop each month, maybe for the rest of this year. What could you do it on? What could that workshop be about? And what could your program, your signature workshop needs to be that your program is the next step for them, the next obvious step for them, because you're not going to teach everything. Like this week, I've taught so much. I've had so many of you reach out and say that you have got more out of this week than you've got out of paid programs in the past. And but the reality is, I can't teach everything in a week. And if somebody wants to continue to learn and to implement and to be held accountable and to have the simple tech and to have all the steps that they need, well, then that's why we're inviting them to join us in Signature Program School. And that's exactly what you can do as well, is to give incredible value, incredible service, and then make your invitation for the next steps. And that is as simple as you can have your plan for even a 6-figure income stream. Now, I'm going to bring on our first guest. I'm going to bring on Deirdre Martin. And let me just bring her on here. And I am... Hello, Deirdre.
Hello, Sarah.
Hello. Thank you so much for coming on. It's fantastic to have you here. I would love to start off by asking you what you were doing this time last year. What did your working day look like, or what did your working week look like?
Well, this time last year, I was a bank manager, and I had just found out that I was potentially going to be made redundant. And that brought about loads of feelings and emotions and all sorts of scary things. And where I was at was managing a team of people in the banking world where I'd been for 20 years and hadn't thought about working for myself or doing anything other than banking for that matter. And yeah, I'm in a very different place now.
So now tell us, what's your business now?
So now I am a customer experience coach and trainer. So I work with women who have pivoted in their businesses or who are in business for a number of years, and they have been really successful at helping people. And they are really customer-centered individuals. So I help them to create intentional customer experiences for their clients so they can boost sales and convert their clients to cheerleaders. And I now do that through a group program. So it's great. I'm on my 3rd launch later this month in September. And yeah, it's going so well. It's absolutely so rewarding because I get to help multiple people at the same time, and all doing what I'm really passionate about, which is putting the customer first, looking at businesses in terms of their branding and marketing and all sorts of stuff like that, and helping them get the message out to the right people so they attract their ideal clients. And it's just, I love it. I love helping people, so it's great.
I know you love it. Your energy just exudes. It's just amazing. And, you know, if somebody had told you this time last year, this is what you'll be doing now, could you see it was possible this time last year?
I never would have believed it, not in my wildest dreams. And like when I was being made redundant, I did do a little bit of self-coaching, and then I reached out to none other than you, Sarah Leather. And I had an idea. I had, I had reflected on what would I do if I wasn't afraid. I had reflected on working in other industries and in other sectors, and I just couldn't see myself making that happen because where I live, I was getting quite a good salary for where I live. I didn't see other opportunities in other sectors where I could make that salary unless I took the leap and started to work for myself and do something that could bring that income stream. And I'm really pleased to say that with your help, Sarah, I am absolutely on track to do that this year in my 1st year, which is incredible.
It is incredible, and you really are a shining example of the one-to-many method in practice of creating your signature workshop, selling into your signature program. And we love having you in Signature Program School, and you actually have you've actually done an expert masterclass in there as well as a real bonus to people on customer experience, which is fantastic. But Deirdre, what you have not just like what I've been saying here about in having a simple system to enroll your clients from your signature workshops, but also in between your workshops. And how is that working for you?
So I suppose when I first launched it the first time, I had to start somewhere. So I did have an open cart and a closed cart date. And then I launched it the second time and I did something similar. But from the second time, now my program is in place and the structures are there. And so now I've been able to reach out and connect with people in between, and they can join my program in between my launches. And my launches now are really just about heightening brand awareness about the product and service that I help people with and about what my program is. So I suppose instead of marketing constantly and selling constantly. I'm trying to add value to people, but I'm also reaching out and being social and connecting. So this past week and a half, I've had 2 new people enter my program who, you know, came from literally doing that, reaching out and connecting with people. And again, 3-4 months ago, I wouldn't have thought that was possible. So it's been fantastic to have the support and encouragement to help direct me as to what would work and what wouldn't work in the business. And I have to say, it's all been so positive. Thank you, Sarah.
That's amazing. Well, thank you. And I think this is you're such a great example, Deirdre, of sort of starting where you are, sort of stretching yourself to taking those first steps, and then continually sort of tweaking it and assessing, doing, you know, that CEO debrief that I love people doing, of really looking at what worked, what didn't, what needs to change next time, and carrying on, and really making it sort of better and better each time, and getting it working for you better and better. Because what women traditionally do, I find, is they think they want, oh, I just need to create a course, and then I'll put that on my website, then I'll create another course and put it there, and I'll do one-on-one. I'll do like 6 different types of one-on-one, and I'll go over here and do this as well, and I better do some live events, and I better go and do this. And they just get like it just like nothing works for them, because they're just flinging all the spaghetti all over the place, and it's just a big hot mess. And I think you've really shown how the path works, and you've been, you know, amazing to witness the way that you have just stayed in the room and kept going, and the way that you are of such amazing service to your clients as well.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. And like, genuinely what you said there, that really was something that I did need help with, because it was like, oh, I need to move on to this next thing, this shiny thing over here. And you helped keep me on track, and I knew what would help work. And it has worked. So I'm so pleased that I've been working with you, and that I'll get to continue to working with you. And yeah, let's see it soar even more.
Yeah. And if anyone's sort of looking at Signature Program School and wondering if it's right for them or not, what would you say to them?
Definitely, yeah. How did I describe it before? Shall I say it again? Sarah, a little bit like your support has been a little bit like a bra for ladies. It's where the support is there when you need it most. When things get jiggly, you've got all the support in the world that you need. So it's great. Yeah, definitely. It's like something you never knew you needed until it's there, and then you don't know how you'd live without it. That's where I'm at.
I had actually forgotten that. I've heard you say it before, and it's like, I'm going to have to just make a banner up about that. Yeah, it's just like a bra. Yes.
I think I'll put that up as a proper testimonial somewhere. But, you know, it's true. It's great.
Thank you so much, Deirdre. We will, and everybody go check Deirdre out, because she is just incredible. And thank you so much for speaking with us. And we will speak to you again later. Thank you.
Bye. Thanks, Sarah.
Bye. And next, I'm going to be on, still laughing. Let me know what you think. And I'd love to know what resonated with you with what Deirdre said. Is there something in her story that you kind of find relatable? So if you can't see where you will get to in 12 months' time, where you could possibly get to, really what's possible for you, just know that that's really normal. And I suppose it's one of my superpowers, and the superpowers of our team in Signature Program School is we know what's possible for you, and we will support you to do it, even at the times when it doesn't feel like it's going to work. And just staying in the belief of, you're doing this, it's working. Because the thing is, when it comes to, you know, you have a plan, you're working the plan, but clients signing up with you are very often, it's the last sign that it's working. And so it takes faith, it takes belief to stay in the room, to keep doing everything you need to do. So many give up because they're not seeing the results. But the results there, and it's all happening, but it can take a little bit of time before it all comes together. And it is really having the support to keep going when you think like, oh, I need to change my mind, I need to go over and do this, this isn't working. No, this is working. Stay here, and boom, it all starts to happen. Speaking about it all starts to happen, I'm going to bring on now Lisa Fox. Lisa was on our call yesterday, she was just talking about some feedback because Lisa has a dual role of being a client and also being a success mentor in Signature Program School. So, Lisa, you're so welcome.
Thank you so much. I am the lucky girl, Sarah.
You are the lucky one. You sure are. And wasn't it amazing to see Deirdre and how?
Oh my God, I was laughing my head off. The bra. Sarah Leather is like a bra. If that's not a compliment.
Many things. That's a new one. Add that one to the list. Sarah Leather is like a bra. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah. So, as I say, you've got the dual role. Yesterday you were speaking with us at the end of the call, but I'd gone over time, so we had to kind of cut it off a little bit short, but you were talking about some things about that you had been hearing in the program about the benefits and things. But what I want to hear from you today is your journey. So where were you this time last year?
I love talking about my journey. This time last year, I was in the middle of a pandemic swamp. I had a performance arts school for children, in-person business, and I was just before the pandemic hit, I was like hitting the 6-figure mark, and literally just about, and then the pandemic hit and no classes, and I pivoted it online with your help. And actually, I saw so many people at that time, who just couldn't keep it going online at all. And the amazing thing was I did manage to keep a bread and butter business going, through that time. But there was also something else that I hadn't fully admitted to myself. I was in that sort of spiral of have to pivot, like I have to make my business work. But underneath it all, there was another business that I really, really wanted to start, and I barely admitted it to myself, never mind anybody else. And I mentioned it to you before Christmas, and you said, so what's the problem? Why aren't we starting this? And it was just, Sarah, that was the beginning for me, because it was just like a permission slip. You just said, yeah, you can totally do this. And my mind just went, and I very quickly, with your help, and really the instrumental part of it was Signature Program School and the system that you teach. I went from a business that I started in February 2021 to having my first 10K month in April. And it was with, at that point, it was one-to-one. I was just working one-to-one, and I had pivoted from my performance arts school, and that was still going along in the background. I had hired other teachers to teach the classes. I had set up all the classes, all the admin was taken care of for that. But I had started this new business, Lioness Tribe, and I was working with business mothers one-to-one. And it was just one-to-one until June. And I had always had it in my mind, June, I'm going to have my signature program in June. And I was going through Signature Program School, and June came, and I was like, I'm not ready to do the program.
I'm not ready. I never forget the day when Lisa Fox said to me, I'm not ready.
And you said, well, okay, what's your one-to-one looking like? And I was like, yeah, I'm fully booked. And you were like, okay, so why are you not ready? And I was like, I just don't feel ready. And yeah, you just said, Lisa, you're so ready. And you gave me that signature Sarah Leather loving shove that I needed. And so I did my first workshop in June. And from that, directly from the first workshop, I got 2 people sold into my signature program, but I wanted 5. No, actually, I wanted 8. I was like, Sarah,
yes,
that's not enough. I want 8. And you were like, okay, you've done your workshop, do it again. And actually, not just that, but you said, you gave me a list, and I have them up on my notice board there. Give me a list of 5 or 6 things to do. And you were like, but the most important thing that you can do, Lisa, is stay in the faith and the belief that this is happening. So I just did all the things that you suggested. And that was the big thing that I learned from that first time round. Most of the sales are in the follow-up. Like, I just didn't get that. But after that workshop, so I got 5 people into my signature program that first time round. And I've just been flying since then. I've had consistent 10K months since then. And now I'm getting closer to the 15K mark. And I'm just, because this is the thing. A year ago, I knew as an idea, I knew that I could have a really successful, abundant business that was aligned for me. I knew that it was possible. But every time I sat down to do it, I was stopped by how. I was like, I just don't know how to get from A to B. It was either tech that was getting in my way, or the mindset stuff, or just a system, a simple system of actually bringing people to me and building that audience. And I just learned that all in such a like easy, simple, repeatable way in Signature Program School, and it's just changed everything.
Yeah, and I mean, that is the thing, that it is, you just don't see it yourself. And you were talking yesterday about how so many of the, you say about like people running all the courses that are very often the sort of online guru kind of type people, that as we see them putting people on pedestals and stuff, but they are somewhat untouchable. They are very bounded. There's no, there's you don't actually get coached by them. And if you do, like, it's pure chance. Like, there's 1,000 people there, and it's just impossible to get to actually get any feedback from them, or for them to have a clue what your business is. And how different that is in Signature Program School, because it's not just me, it's you, and it's Claire, and it's Liz, it's the team that are there. But I will, like, with some women, when they've joined, they've got like, so I can hold my hand up for a hot seat and get coached by you, and I'm like, yeah, of course you can. And it's it is amazing,
but it's so rare. It's so rare. And I think, like, until you actually realize I need somebody to help me do this, then you can't actually, like, you can't understand how rare it is to find somebody like you who is actually doing it in real time and helping and supporting people through their mistakes. Like, I was thinking about this since yesterday, and the other programs that I had done before were more like reading a book. In terms of the impact that it had on my business. They were interesting, they were full of valuable information, but like, essentially I was watching a bunch of videos. The only access I had to the coach was a couple of steps removed. Like, you could write a comment in the module and one of the assistants would get back to you, and it might be helpful, but it still wasn't enough for me, at least. And I think for most people, it's just not enough. Unless you're some unicorn, it's not enough to actually get you up and running into a place where you're able to do it yourself in a short period of time. And I think this is the thing. I spent 3 years doing those things, and I think I could have well spent another 10, 15, 20 years trying to figure it all out, doing these courses that were, like, interesting. But that was the big difference maker in, like, how quick it happened and how practical and easy and doable it was with Signature Program School.
Yeah, and you get to witness the other women as well in the program. I mean, just this week, the amount of clients, the amount of, women doing some of them their first workshops and getting their first clients into their signature program, and running, like we've seen, like Loretta start her signature program and have 7 fully paid up people in there, and she's absolutely thrilled. And this is she had a completely different business, like yourself, in the past, and still has it, and she's building this service-based business, and it's like a totally new business, and how it's come together so fast when you know what to do, when you know that, like, oh, I just have to do this now, then I have to do that, and have the mindset support and the community, because things are not always rosy the whole time. I mean, there are times when you think, like, it is, being in business, everybody knows it can be a roller coaster ride. Like, it really is. The reality of it is it can be a roller coaster. I mean, even today, I'm sure you won't be saying, like, you had a scheduling issue, which I have never known you to have before. and
Yeah.
it was something that was just like totally random, and we don't like those things because, like, it's, you know, none of us like to inconvenience anybody, somebody who you really do want to connect with, and like these things happen in business, and you can, you know, it can be such a roller coaster of emotions, of feeling bad about yourself when things don't go totally to plan. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Oh, yeah. And actually, like, the big thing that I want to say about that is that because I like, I'm trying to say several things at the same time because I'm so excited. Like, I wanted to be a success mentor working in Signature Program School with you. As soon as I saw that you had the role, like you put it out, I was like, I think this is for me, but I can't because I have my own business and I have too much going on and I have 2 kids and blah, blah, blah. But it really called to me because I knew that that you and your mission and the way that you were helping people was so unlike what anybody else was doing. And I wanted to be a part of that. But yeah, as you say, like, when you've got all these things going on, things can just fly up into the air sometimes. But that's the other big thing that I'm really learning from you is to just how to be a professional about these things. Like, just knowing that, oh, I don't have to freak out and vomit in my own mouth because I had a scheduling issue, you know? I know that, oh, crap, I'm really sorry about that. You know, that person's time is very important to me. But hopefully she'll understand and we'll reschedule, and we have rescheduled. But yeah, it's just like, just learning from the Queen, Sarah. You know, I cannot tell you how grateful I am. I've said this to you before, just that constant voice in my mind and in my heart that is just leading the way. Like, I just think it's so powerful and so instrumental when you are trying to emulate that as well, you know?
Yes, thank you. Like, it's just so good to hear that, because I think people can look at people like you and
Oh, Sarah,
no, it just blanked for a second. Because people can look at you maybe and say, like, oh, but she's perfect. She's not like me. Everything goes fine. Everything Lisa touches turns to gold. But I just want to just show that, like, it is like the reality of it. We all have ups and downs.
Yeah.
But having a support system there, like we have in Signature Program School, is the best thing. I mean, we see women that are just like, one week maybe on their knees, like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. This is too hard. And everyone's like, oh. And what I have learned over the years is, like, I don't go down with them. They do not need me down in the, you know, they do not need me just giving them all the hugs and kisses and everything and being too nice. What they need is me to be a firm leader and saying, yep, this is crap right now. Stay in the room. It's all working. It's all good. Yes. And I'm sure, like, the next amazing woman, Sharon, is going to be speaking to us in a few minutes. And like, I'll be asking her about this as well, because it is such a thing in business. Like, there is this misnomer out there that, like, some people will have it easy and they'll get the results they want and it's good for them. The rest of the people are just, like, not getting anywhere and going around in circles. And it's not like that. Everybody has their ups and downs.
And I think that, Sarah, that's so true, because I know I've been told this on a couple of occasions, that people do think that I'm that unicorn, that it's just easy for me because whatever, this, that, or the other. And I'm like, you haven't seen me in a puddle of my own tears going, why is it not working? 3 years ago, when I could not figure it out, and they were saying in these programs, any fool could do this. This lead magnet is an easy thing to do. And I was like, well, if any fool could do it, I must be, like, worse. Like, I must be, like, a real fool because I cannot do it. I can't do it. And so I have been there, and I still am there sometimes, but much less often, you know. A very occasional time now where shit still happens, Sarah, you know, but usually I now can, you know, get to the place where I'm like, yeah, shit happens. Like, it's okay. I can get through this. I've gotten through it before, dealt with stuff like this before, and I know how to deal with this, you know. Did we have a glitch?
We glitch. It's okay. We're back. I don't know what's happening today. I don't think my system isn't loving StreamYard today. But anyway, we'll carry on. It's yeah, I know. It's so good to hear that, because I think particularly the tech side of things can stop so many women and make them think that they can't possibly have a really outrageously successful online business because they're not good with tech. And it's just not true. I am not good with tech. I have struggled with tech so many, but I've learned how to figure it out, but also how to get the support that I need when I need it. And I've also learned to keep it super simple. And that's what we teach in Signature Program School, is keeping it as simple as possible and giving options. Like if you are not doing anything here at all, you just start here. If you're used to something a little bit more advanced, well, then you go over here, and it like totally works.
Yeah.
So Lisa, thank you. And I know you've got a little bit of availability left for a session, for a consult with you to talk about signature program plans and roadmaps and things like that. So if anybody's not really quite sure how it could work in their business, Lisa, you can pop, and Claire will pop her link here as well, really to show where they can shine a light on your path ahead that you can't see now. We've been hearing that from Deirdre and from Lisa about how you couldn't imagine where you could get to in 12 months' time. And, and really having somebody get their eyes on your business is such a...
magic fairy dust.
Magic fairy dust. Yeah, I love that. Lisa, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you, Sarah.
And I will be speaking with you later.
Yeah, great.
Bye for now.
Bye.
So now I'm going to bring on the one and only Sharon Haggett. Hello, Sharon.
Hi, everybody. Happy Friday.
And as you can see from Sharon's banner, she is the style coach. Gloriously stylish. I always feel like I want to go and put something in my hair.
Well, it's crazy. I also think a duck swimming. Just keep it all up here.
Oh, you do it so well. You do it
Thank
so
you.
well. And I remember, I think I told you this a while ago, that I was in a shop last year and I had all these lovely headbands. I thought, I want to be like Sharon, and I put them on and I thought, like, I look really silly.
Yeah. That is part of my program as well, when I speak about, finding your unique, style, not to be giving your power away and emulating people.
I know, but it just always looks so good. So Sharon, you're very welcome. We're thrilled to have you here. We've been speaking to Deirdre and Lisa, and they were talking about, we started off by saying, like, where were you 12 months ago? And for you, maybe just over 12 months ago, just over, because I know what you were doing 12 months ago. And so just over 12 months ago, before you ran your first round of your program, what was going on for you?
I was scrambling at trying to get clients. I suppose I didn't even know who I was serving, what I was doing. I knew in my mind, but I couldn't kind of articulate it. And I was, maybe meeting people to do an hour personal shopping, then it was an hour there, an hour back, car parking, a little scooter on yourself. You're getting paid for an hour, and it was about 5 hours work. Maybe then doing a 2-hour wardrobe declutter. So Cork is big. You could be traveling for 2 hours to do that, getting paid for your 2 hours and coming back. And again, all the time just searching for people. In here, trying to get out there, searching for where the next client is going to come from. And just like, I knew in my heart that I had something to offer and that it could be a success, but I couldn't see how it was possible with this fragmented structure to get any kind of consistency or any kind of income. And how would you just to build the audience and just get for people's eyes to be on you, that kind of way.
Yeah, because so many women think they have to, and so many business coaches teach it as well, that you have to be full up with one-on-ones before you go one-to-many. And that was the reality with Lisa, who we just spoke to. But for the majority, that doesn't happen. Like so many say, like, well, if you can't fill up your one-on-one, you haven't got a hope of filling up your one-to-many. And so many women think, like, I can't possibly launch a group program because, I don't have enough clients and I can't do that. But you did it.
Actually, around this time last year.
Yes.
I started. It was a bit mad when I think about it, because I kind of maybe I was just excited and new. No. And I don't know, I just I think it was the energy as well that I brought to it. I was excited about it, and there was a level of should we give it a go and see what, you know, kind of see what happens. And we had kind of come out of COVID and everything, you know what I mean? And I knew that the part, you know, going online was going to be, for the foreseeable future for me anyway, it was going to be the way that I could, you know, get to people and get to more people. I wasn't satisfied with trekking around Cork. I knew there was people beyond Cork that deserved my help. And it's amazing. I had my first international client from Hong Kong on that group last September, and I would say now, God, I would say well over 60% of my clients aren't from Cork. So it opened up the world hugely to the possibility of working with me. So that's been the biggest thing. You know, before my net was very small, whereas now it's kind of opened up the world, really.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And you know, you have gone on. I mean, you had what? Was it 15 in the first round?
Yeah.
Amazing. And you've gone on since then to do a, you know, what I would call an advanced workshop of like a 3 or 5 day event every few months to launch your next round. And you're just about to do it for your next round, but you've actually been enrolling before your workshop to.
Yeah, that's been incredible. I suppose, you know, with the year I've had, sometimes I kind of am very hard on myself, but I have to also kind of realize, like, as someone said to me, you're trying to sell sand to the Arabs. You know what I mean? People were not wearing clothes. People did not give a crap how they looked. You know what I mean? They were trying to survive. So the two other ones were, you know, were fine, but I had on my launch week, both those times I had government announcements for extended periods, like of months. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh, it's 2 weeks. So for my program, they would have been in lockdown. You know, it was hard to motivate people to kind of, but so there's definitely a change of energy this time around as well, and keep plugging away at it, because now I have 10 ladies signed up for my next one running in September, and I haven't launched it yet.
Yes, and that's amazing. And you just had to stay in the room throughout all those hard times. And I know you had other sort of smaller offers and stuff that you sold, and birthday specials and things like that, that kind of kept you going. And like I was talking to Lisa about, like, you know, it's very easy for people to look at lots of us online and think like, oh, it's all right for them, it's easy for them, they're just, you know, everything we see is all positive and shiny and everything. Like, everyone looks at me and just sees like, oh, look, you were in Iceland, you were like, it's all right for you. But really, the reality is very different. You know, there's always ups and downs. And what would you say to that? Because I know how hard it can be sometimes when you're feeling like, am I crazy to keep going with this business when you do feel those low points? I mean, for me, I can always see with my clients, I can always see what's possible for them. They stay in the room, they keep going, and they will get there. But from that perspective of the roller coaster.
Oh God, it is a roller coaster. And yeah, it is. It's like, I know your phrase is, you know, this is working. And I remember saying to you in August, just before it was, I think, July, I was like, Sarah, this isn't working. You know, what happened? No, I didn't say this isn't. I said, what happens? Because it was a fear. I said, what happens if this isn't working? You know, what happens? I can't do anymore. I can't give anymore. I have nothing left to give. I said, there's just nothing. And I wasn't seeing the results. And you said to me, less. It's not what you can give more of. It's what can you, what less. And I decided there and then to take, I think I took about 3 weeks off, and I'm still not fully back, to be quite honest. And I don't know if I'll ever fully come back, because I'm liking this kind of me, you know, kind of if I want to go for brunch with my mother this morning, who was 75. Before, I wouldn't have done that. You know what I mean? It was all about focused on my business. It was ridiculous, but it was all consuming. And then I was getting frustrated because I wasn't seeing the results for the effort and the time that I was giving into it. But I took that time off.
You kind of leaned back a bit with my loving shove of being told to do less, take a good break. And once you started leaning back, what happened?
Oh, magic. I mean, people have texted me, and not a day goes by since I came back in the last 2 weeks that people happen to text me saying, I don't know what's going on, but I'm just loving your energy. And it's nothing is changed, except I'm enjoying it more. I wasn't enjoying it, actually. It was, I just felt It had taken enough. It had taken like a stone or two, 2 stone. It had taken my time, my energy, my fun, my and I did but I still at the same time I wasn't willing to finish. Usually, I knew in my heart that it was because otherwise I would just start working in Aldi or Tesco or someplace. So I knew fundamentally that this is what I'm here to do. But I was either making it hard work or something. Yeah, I think I was making it hard work. And just taking that, with the energy you bring, because I'm actually working less now. And one thing that I've changed is I'm being more really dialing into who my client is and really thinking about her. And that's really connecting with people and being a little bit vulnerable myself. I always if you're talking to me and you're a client, I will tell you, everything. I didn't realize I was kind of holding back because I would be a very giving person, but then I have family that don't want teenagers and a husband not on social media, so I was kind of holding back a little bit. But I don't share them or anything like that. But I have for me, I don't have to, but to connect with my clients, I think it's really important that you kind of even if you're just doing a post, that you make it relevant. You're not I was doing the posts, but I wasn't showing how it was relevant to me. I was thinking it in my brain, but I wasn't saying it.
Yeah.
Something has happened. Let's just put it that way.
Something has happened.
Yeah.
And it's so good to hear that, because it is what I'm really encouraging the Women in Signature Program School is to have that. I think we always need to balance the vulnerability with the credibility, and there's certainly no question there with that with you. And it's but it's also the journey I've been going through myself. And I know since I've been posting more vulnerable kind of posts talking about hormones and menopause and stuff and confidence and business and money, that it's really resonating with so many women, particularly perimenopausal women. I'm finding just women over 40, it's just really speaking to them. And that's you have to just really get in the shoes of her. I'd say of her. And it's fantastic to witness. And I don't go, when clients go down, I don't go down with them. They do not need me. You didn't need me down on the floor with you, And I know I go down on my knees with my coach, and she doesn't come down there with me either. She's I can see where you're going. I can see this is normal, and I see that with you. But I could see that you were pushing too hard. And I see that kind of holding on too tight to business, and it really doesn't work. It doesn't work, and it takes such faith and belief to actually stand back and actually let it happen. And I love sort of noticing when I know you've done enough. There's enough there. And of course, yes, you do need to keep showing up and everything, of course, but not with that energy. It's the energy that you bring to it. So and that's
the thing in the program as well. It's we get all the tools and techniques to bring us from me, and again, you just layer them along. There was no fancy footwork from me when I just showed up, and I had fun doing my 5-day challenge the first time round. And that's the group. Actually, yesterday it was meant to be open for a week, and yesterday it reached up. I think there's 1,100 people nearly in there now, and so it's just you just layer it each time, and you just kind of build on it. But it's the mindset work, I think, is everything in the group for me anyway, because mine wasn't a technical issue. It was the belief. It was kind of coming from a place maybe of fear, I think, and then it was getting more. The less clients there were, the more fear, and it was like, okay, what happens if this doesn't work? What happens if it isn't working? When do you know when it's not working? And all that, you spiral out of control instead of just working on the mindset.
Much better questions.
Yeah. The mindset is as invaluable as, because you can have all the fancy bits and pieces, but it's being accountable and showing up to the group. And one day, and I actually felt a little bit. I said it took me ages to actually say it in the group, because I didn't want to bring everybody else down. I was kind of going, I can't, I didn't want to bring everybody else down with me, and that's not the way it works. Because if you're thinking it, somebody else is thinking it, and if it wasn't you, if it's not you, you last week, it's somebody else this week, and that's just the way it is. And we all learn from each other, and the messages of support and everything that I got, people checking in, and kind of, it's just, it's just being there for each other and knowing that you're not alone, and really one of the big things from the group as well that I've really benefited from.
Yeah, I'm so pleased you said that, Sharon, because really it is, the mindset is so much. Like, you need to know the strategy. You need to know what you're doing. You need to, I think it's great to have somewhere you can ask about, like, oh, I'm thinking of launching it this way, or is there anything, how much do I need to follow up or whatever. But the mindset really of someone who is in full belief of you, sometimes you just need, I often say in the group, like, feel free to borrow my belief in you for a little while. Okay. Because it is, what you're thinking. I always say that the reason why I only work with groups and I don't do one-on-one anymore is because somebody will come and ask something that is a question that you need to ask, but you weren't conscious that you needed to ask, or you were afraid to ask it, or whatever. And it just helps. Every single thing that somebody brings helps so many other people. And it's amazing to hear, and it's amazing to witness your success, because I know you're helping so many women, and I know you're going to go on and help so many more. And it really is such a privilege to witness this. So if somebody's kind of got their eye on Signature Program School and is not quite sure if it's for them or not, what would you say to them?
I suppose I just kind of think, are you going to get there? Where do you want to go? And are you going to get, is it going to help you get there? Or is it, or is not doing it going to help you get there? And sometimes, yes, we have to take a risk, and, yes, financial implications and stuff like that. But if you think that it's going to help you get to where you want to go, not doing it, it's going to keep you. Yes, you won't have spent the money, okay, but you won't have the opportunity to maybe double, or, I've made my money back, on it from this intake alone. Yeah. So I wouldn't have had those 10 clients without doing it. So yes, I understand the investment piece, and it is always a bit of a but without it, where are you going to be? I suppose it's kind of what I'd ask myself. Are you happy to keep going the way you're going? And if you are, rock on. But you probably wouldn't be here if you were. And if you're not, if you're just willing to be open to growing your business, then you do need to have, especially as coaches, I think we understand the value of coaching. You know what I mean? I can't ask my coaches to invest in me if I'm not going to invest in myself. That's the way I kind of feel about it as well.
Absolutely. And I'm often working with like 2 or 3 people at once to get the pieces that I need.
Likewise,
so many people think they if they're already doing a piece with somebody else, that they can't possibly, that has to be over. But no, I think, like, when you come across the right person at the right time, I just always trust I will come across the right person, and I will get what I need from it.
Yeah.
And Sharon, thank you so much. I know everyone's going to go look for your group and find you.
It's Shine with Style on Facebook, on Facebook anyway, Shine with Style. So yes, we'll all be shining.
Yes, we can certainly see Sharon with Style here. So thank you so much for sharing that with us today.
Thank you.
Wishing you all the best. Thank you, Sharon.
Thanks.
My heart is full. My heart is full. It's so amazing. Let me know what you've heard from that, from Deirdre, from Lisa, from Sharon. What has stood out to you from what they've been saying? Because it is, I really mean it when I say that, like, it is such a privilege to witness these businesses growing and these women growing. Your business doesn't grow without you. Your business can't outgrow your own sort of personal growth, personal leadership. So that's why mindset is such a big part of having a really successful business. And I'd just love to invite anyone who'd just like to explore how the one-to-many method could look in your business, how creating regular workshops, enrolling into your signature program, enrolling in between your workshops. As you can see from Sharon, she does a few of them a year. Others do them most months. Some do them every couple of 2 or 3 months. So to enroll people, and then are enrolling in between as well. It really is a very simple system that we teach you exactly what you need to know. So if you want to hear how it can look for you, maybe you've got some questions as well about Signature Program School, we would love to speak to you. So I know, sorry, I just blipped there a bit. I am back. Lisa and Claire have popped their links in here. If you're live on the call, you're watching the replay, we'll make sure you've got those links. I'm going to pop a link here to Signature Program School, and you can see the call booking link there if you want to have a chat with me about it. I have got a few spaces left over the next few days to have a chat. If anybody really wants to see how this could work in their business, and really, like, you could hear from all of those women that didn't know what was possible for them in 12 months' time. We can show you what's possible for you, and we'll be completely honest. We're not going to tell anybody they're going to have a really successful business if it's not the case, if it's not the right time for you. We will be really honest about that, and that happens sometimes. But we will tell you from our standpoint what we really believe is possible for you. And then if you want support doing it, we'll tell you anything you want to know about that as well. So this is a huge opportunity really to get our eyes on your business. So I wouldn't delay. I know Lisa and Claire have only got a couple of slots left along with me, and it really would be such a pleasure to support you with that. So the links are there. If anyone has any questions, pop them below. Feel free to tag me, and I will get back and have a look at them later. If you're watching the replay, pop #replay, or if you're watching it in some other way, you know how to find me. Come find me, and want to help you out. Thank you so much. We've had the most amazing week in the one-to-many method retreat. We spoke on Monday, we spoke about your one-to-many offer, and talked about the who and the what and the how. Tuesday we talked about niche magic and really about defining who it is that you're working with, and what a game changer that is. Wednesday was the messaging for Dream Leads workshop, and that is, I mean, I've had huge positive responses from all of the days, but that one I think stands out for most people. They've really managed to get so much clarity on what their message needs to be. Yesterday, Thursday, we spoke about wholehearted selling, and I gave away 7 different steps and tips that will just revolutionize your selling. And then today we've been talking about your one-to-many plan and how you can have a very simple plan for a 6-figure income stream if that's what you want, whether it's one-to-one or one-to-many or a combination of both, like most of our, like all of our special guests today were all talking about, they all have some one-on-one with their group program, and as I did up until a year or 2 ago. And we have a really amazing bonus for anybody that either books a call before 8 o'clock tonight or goes ahead with joining us in Signature Program School before 8 p.m. tonight, and that is a 1-hour VIP session with me to completely map out and get your plan, your roadmap. That means you just cannot fail. You will just have everything that you need. That's valued at €750. So if you book your call and go ahead, as long as your call is booked before 8 o'clock tonight, even if you don't end up having a call till Monday or Tuesday, that's absolutely fine. Or if you go ahead today, if you hop on in and join us, if you need any links or anything, just let myself or Claire or Lisa know, and we will help you out. And we've got some other amazing bonuses as well, like the Course Creation Bootcamp that we are doing in a couple of weeks' time. We're going to be doing that live, like the Your Own Success Mentor that will do a one-on-one session, and that's in addition to the session with me if you get that bonus. And then they will check in with you every single week throughout the time of the program. It's a 6-month program, and there's also the last special is the bonus is an extra 2 months in the program. So you get 8 months in Signature Program School, just to make sure that you have more than enough time to get it working, so that you will have that vision of where you're getting to in 12 months' time will be so dialed in and working well and truly before that. But even in the first couple of months, as you heard from the ladies, that you can get clients. I mean, our clients have just been getting so many clients this week. It's just fantastic. This is the most amazing time of the year. If you're ever thinking about when's the best time to join any program, it is right now. It is right now. Yes, we do take people later on, but to get the specials, to get the discount price, the price is reduced. The pay in full price is reduced by €900 at the moment. So to get that price reduction, to get all of the bonuses, now is the most amazing time. And we have offered an extended payment plan, an 11-part payment plan. Yes, it does go on a little bit more than the program does, but we always make it available for you to pay it off earlier with a good discount if once the clients are flowing, and many do that. So it's we would love nothing more than to support you. So reach out to us and we will give you whatever you need to help you to make up your mind. As I said yesterday on the wholehearted selling, any kind of consult or anything is not about getting someone to a yes. It's helping them make a clear decision. Is this right? Is this the right fit for you right now? Is this the right time for you? Is this the right thing for your business right now? And if it's not, we'll very happily tell you. And the replays of all of the workshops from throughout the week will be available until Monday evening, Monday at 8 p.m. And the cart for joining Signature Program School closes on Wednesday at 8 p.m. But you want to act before 8 p.m. tonight, really, to really get those bonuses, because they are amazing. And anything we can do to help you, to support you, to make your decision, we're here for you. We're absolutely here for you. On Monday, I'm going to pop in at the same time at 1 p.m. and do a mindset session. And we talk, because mindset, you heard it from Sharon, and the others touched on it as well, about how important it is to have mindset tools, and how important it is to be supported with your mindset throughout growing your business. It is, all the strategy, all the things we can talk about this week are so important, but mindset it really is incredible. It is what you bring your energy of your business with. So if you're coming from a place of fear and worry and anxiety, it's so different to coming from a place of being focused and determined and inspired. It is very different, and it's your mindset that creates that. So thank you all so much for being here. Sorry about the little blips in the transmission. I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but anyway, we got there. And special thank you to all of our special guests for being here. They were totally awesome. And they are just a small little segment of all of the incredible women inside Signature Program School. So thank you. I would love to see you on our calendar. So I invite you now to pop along and book your session. Okay, bye for now.